Oh, it's that time again. It's 2K KINGSLAYER, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about plays. Now, as you know, if you follow this channel, I run a lot of plays. It's how I like to play the game of 2K. And with 2K19 on the horizon, I thought I would talk to you guys about 5 reasons that I believe you should run plays in NBA 2K19. Reason number 1, it's realistic. NBA 2K is supposed to be a simulation game, meaning that it simulates actual basketball. And don't get me wrong, teams don't necessarily run complex set plays on every possession. We see, for example, with the Houston Rockets that a lot of times they do run what we would call 5 out in the 2K community. However, having said that, no team goes an entire game without running multiple plays. It just doesn't happen. And it shouldn't happen in 2K either. If you want to keep it realistic, run some plays, and you'll see that your gameplay experience is going to look and feel a lot more like the real NBA. The second reason that you should run plays is that you'll get a lot better shot selection. So you can get pretty good shots in NBA 2K simply by running pick and rolls, getting into the paint, and causing your opponent's defense to collapse, thereby getting some open shots. However, if you're playing against more advanced opponents, they're going to be able to figure out your strategy, and they're going to be able to figure out how to change their defensive settings, and they're going to be able to figure out how to stop simple pick and rolls. It's just that simple. However, if you run plays and you know your playbook very well, you'll be able to find an answer to any defensive scheme that they throw at you. One of the reasons that running plays is so fun is that you have multiple options for beating your opponent. And for me personally, that leads to an overall better quality gaming experience with NBA 2K. Reason number 3 that you should run plays is that it's the best way to beat better teams. So if you play online, you are undoubtedly going to run into some teams that are simply better built than yours. It doesn't mean the player is better than you, but if you are using the Lakers, for example, and your opponent is using the Warriors, there's going to be a built-in advantage for them simply because they're using a better team. Having said that, how do teams in the NBA beat teams that are better than them? It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to beat them in a 7-game series, but in one game at a time. How do teams do that? It's simply by out-scheming their other team, taking advantage of their weaknesses as much as possible and minimizing their own weaknesses. And the best way to do this on your offense is by knowing your playbook really well. If you can score consistently, you at least have a chance of outscoring your opponents if they're just trying to do something rudimentary like just running pick and rolls or 5 out all game long. So if you're really interested in the strategic aspect of basketball and being able to beat teams that are better than you, learn your playbook and get used to running plays. Reason number 4 that you should run plays, it leaves your opponent with no excuses when you beat them. So a lot of times, if you run 5 out or isolations all game long, your opponent online is probably going to jump on the mic and start calling you a cheeser, even though really the fault is on them for not knowing how to stop such simple techniques. But having said that, if you run plays all game long, they're not even going to be able to say that. And what's going to end up happening is they just get mad that they don't know how to stop your schemes, and they're going to end up rage quitting. And I don't know about you guys, but I love a good rage quit. I like forcing rage quits. But yeah, if you beat your opponent by out-scheming them and running plays strategically, they're not really going to be able to say anything when you beat them, and they're going to respect you more for it ultimately. And finally, number 5, and the biggest reason, in my opinion, that you should run plays in NBA 2K, is that it is the absolute most fun and satisfying way to play this game. A lot of people buy NBA 2K, spend $60 on the game, or $100 if you're doing the pre-order, and then spend even more money on VC and MT, and all they end up doing in the actual gameplay is isolating and running pick and rolls all game. This is insane to me because you're not getting your money's worth. There are like hundreds of plays in this game, and there are so many different combinations of things you can do. To me, spending $60+ on this game and just running 5 out and pick and rolls all game is like buying an expensive chessboard and just using the pieces to play checkers. Like you have a king and queen and the pawns and everything, but you're just using them all as regular checker pieces, and you're not getting the most out of your experience. And I also think that this is why a lot of people get bored with 2K really early in the year. Like a couple months into the game, I see a lot of people saying, oh, 2K is dead, and it's harder to find people at the park and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not running plays at the park, okay? But in other game modes, more sim game modes, yeah, I'm absolutely gonna run plays. It's just more fun than running 5 out. I find that that strategy or that technique really boring. And overall, yeah, so guys, those are really the 5 main reasons that I feel like running plays is the best way to play NBA 2K. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I do read and try to respond to all comments. So I will see you guys back soon, probably with our first 2K19 video with actual 2K19 footage. If you guys appreciate my content, if you guys appreciate the sim style that I'm trying to promote here, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you have not done so. I'll be back soon. Happy gaming, y'all.